Hello fam, it's your girl Miss Diva Trucker. I'm coming to you today because some of y'all had asked me about what questions do I ask if I am considering leasing a truck from a company or from an outside carrier. Okay, so I did take the liberty to jot down a couple of questions that you may want to call and when you're talking to a recruiter or a salesperson that deals with leasing a truck. Okay, the first thing that you may want to ask them, is it a straight lease where after you make your payments you turn that truck in, or they sell it to you at a discounted rate? Or is it a lease to purchase? There is a difference, okay? A lease to purchase, that truck is yours once you make your last payment. Now, what they will have at that last payment, they may offer a buyout or they may offer a dollar buyout, okay? So that means you just pay $1 and that truck is yours because you made the payments all through the time that you had the truck. The other one is a lease where you turn it back in, you turn the truck back in at the end of it and you get another truck, or they can sell you that truck at a discounted rate, okay? So you want to ask those questions before you get into a lease to see if it's a lease purchase or you just want to use it as a tool to drive and turn it in, you know, when it's time to turn it in. Another thing that you want to ask them is there a down payment? Do I need to put some money down on the truck? Some companies that you go to will be $0 down. You don't have to pay anything up front. And then there's some outside companies or some other companies, they may require you to make a payment of $500, $1,000. Some of the outside companies may be $3,000, $5,000, $8,000 that you would need to put down on that truck, okay? Doesn't mean that it's still a leased truck, okay? But they are requiring a down payment. Another thing that you want to ask is it a walkaway lease or is there a penalty? The penalty may be that they keep your down payment if you turn that truck in before the lease contract is over with. Another thing could be a walkaway. That means that nothing goes on your credit. It's just that something came up, you're not able to finish paying it off, and you turn it back in and you're able to walk away free and clear, okay? So you want to make sure you get those terms up front before you sign the papers on a lease. Another thing you want to ask, is it a full maintenance lease or not? Okay, are you going to be required to come out your pocket and pay for any maintenance that may happen to the truck while it's in your possession? Full maintenance lease, that is that the contractor or the person that owns the truck will take care of the things that if anything major goes wrong with the truck, that they will either get you to their shop or they will get you in a shop to get that fixed. If it's under, you know, what they call warranty, that means that they will fix it if anything goes wrong with it, okay? You may want to ask, is, you know, tires included in that? Oil changes, PMs, is that included as well? There's some companies that will take out a certain percentage or fee per week to cover your fees on the maintenance. For example, LTI takes anywhere between 8 and 12 cents depending on the year of the truck for your maintenance, okay? And your truck, depending on the miles, may be covered for major repairs, okay? So make sure you ask the question of what they're going to pay for, what you're responsible for paying for as far as the maintenance and the upkeep of your truck, okay? Is there a buyout? Are you going to have to pay a certain amount for that truck if you want to keep that truck? Are you going to be owed any money after the lease? Do you have to pay any additional money to keep the truck? Or is it a dollar buyout, which a lot of companies are going to now, where they put in the payment or the cost of the truck over the years that you've had it. And if you want to purchase it at the end of your lease, then you can purchase it $1 and your name goes on that title, okay? You want to ask, do they have monthly or weekly payments? Okay, some companies will do monthly payments. A lot of companies do it on the outside when you're not leasing your truck through a company. So if you, those are some of the benefits of maybe going to an outside company, is because they may do monthly payments for you, where they only take out the payment once a month, okay? Or do they have weekly payments? You need to ask that, and you need to total what that is for every month. You want to ask the terms of the lease. Is it a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year lease? Ask the terms of it, how long it will take for you to complete that lease, okay? Another question that you want to ask is, do you get a loaner? What if your truck breaks down? Okay, what happens if your truck is in the shop for more than a couple of days? Do they give you a loaner truck that you can get in to continue to make your money until your truck gets fixed? Or are you just stuck until that truck is out the shop? What are your options as far as having a breakdown if that truck is out on the road and breaks down? You know, do you get another truck, or do you have to just wait until that truck gets fixed? Okay. Some companies require you to have a certain amount of experience for you to lease the truck, okay? Some companies may want you to have 1 year experience, 2 years experience. It just depends. You need to call and ask, how much experience do I need to have in order for me to lease the truck, okay? Ask them, do they defer any payments? Like, you know, if you get sick, you got to be in the hospital, something happens that you miss a week of work, can they defer it? Is there, you know, do they charge by the miles that you did? What is the plan on what happens if something happens that you're out of work for a period of time? You need to see what those options are, okay? If you get sick. You want to ask, when you sign your truck on to a company, you want to ask, do they do percentage or mileage, okay? Also, another thing that you want to ask them is, can you take that truck anywhere? If you lease a truck with the company, ask them, are you able to take the truck to whatever carrier you want to, okay? Some companies like Quality, you have to take it to another Quality place where they accept the Quality payments. Some people like OTR Leasing, or I think it's like ATS Leasing, American Truck Service Leasing. Some of those companies, you can take that truck wherever you want to take it, okay? They don't have any stipulations. If you want to take it to Landstar, you can take it to Landstar. You can take that truck anywhere you want to, okay? They're not going to tell you where you can put your truck on at. So ask that question. Ask, if you are not happy with where you're at, can you take that truck to another location, okay? You want to ask about the maintenance. If you're required to keep a maintenance account, how much is that maintenance account? You want to ask, can you choose where you get your truck fixed? You know, if you got a mechanic that knows how to work on your truck, can you pay that person, or do you have to get that truck fixed wherever they say get it fixed? Can you get it done at the Petro, the TA, or wherever it is, or do you have to come back to their facility and get that truck fixed? Okay, you want to ask that question. Who's in control of the maintenance money? Okay, that could be very important. Do you have to go through a list of people before you can get a hold to your own maintenance money? Do they have to approve anything that you want to get done to your truck, okay? The truck that you're leasing. You want to ask those questions. Do you have that control over the maintenance account? Then once you do that, any company that you sign on to or you lease your truck onto, ask them to give you a total of your fixed costs. These are the charges that they will take out your settlement statement every week if you lease it on to a company. That doesn't change, okay? And it may be insurance, it may be the bobtail insurance, it may be the trailer insurance, it may be an escrow account that they ask you to keep, it may be just different things. Your plates, they may charge you your plates and charge you a certain amount of money. Do you have to pay for your $22.90 all up front? You want to ask those questions up front, or how much do they take out each week for that? Ask those questions up front so you will know what your fixed cost is every week to operate the truck. You may want to ask, is the truck governed? When you have outside companies that you lease a truck from, usually they don't govern the trucks, okay? But when you do lease a truck from like a carrier or something like that, they may be governed at 62, 63, 65 miles per hour, okay? So you may want to ask that when you're out there leasing, signing your truck over to a company to lease. Do they provide road breakdown? Or do you have to find somebody to come out there and fix your truck, okay? Or do they have a service that they will provide, call somebody to come out there and get you off the road, okay? Do they pay for that up front and you pay it back, or is it taking out your maintenance, or do you have to come out of pocket with that money, okay? You need to know that before you lease on to a company. You want to ask them, do they help you if something happens to your truck and you don't have the money to get it fixed? Are they willing to help you? Maybe you can take a loan from them and pay that back. Ask them that up front so you know and be prepared that if you do put that truck on with the company, that they're not going to help you get anything fixed, okay? Ask them if you bring a truck in, okay? Ask them, will they shop fix it for you? If something happens, if you need to get a PM done, if you need to get tires, if you need whatever you need to your truck, is their shop able to work on your truck, okay? Some companies that you go to may not work on the truck if you bring that truck in, okay? So you want to know that up front. Are you required to go and find your own maintenance person to work on the truck, or can you take it to the yard and do they offer some kind of, discount or whatever for you getting it repaired at the yard? You also want to ask, can you put a driver in your truck, okay? You may not want to be in that truck all the time. You may want to hire somebody to put in your truck and run that truck at their company. So you may want to ask them, are you able to put somebody in the truck, okay? That means that you just hire drivers and put them on. How many trucks can you have at this company? If you're thinking about putting more than one truck on there, are you able to do that, okay? You want to ask, will you be working dispatch or with a dispatcher, or will you be picking from the load board, okay? That may be a decision in where you put your truck on to. So ask them, is it dispatch? Do you have the option to turn the loads down? Are you going to be dedicated? Do they have dedicated accounts, regional accounts? Do they have any local? If you're interested in local, can you stay in a certain area? You want to ask some of those questions. Let's see. Ask what kind of detention or layover they may have at that company. And ask is there a trailer payment? So if you put your truck over there at a company, ask them, do they provide you with a trailer? And if so, how much is your trailer payment a week? So that should be included in your fixed costs. Okay, so those are just, I think, about 20 questions that you may want to get started with as far as asking a company about leasing a truck, and some of the questions that you may not think of beforehand before you make a decision in leasing. So these are just to give you a couple of options that you can ask to see if that will be a place that you want to lease your truck onto. Okay, so it's your girl, Miss Diva Trucker. I'm